I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up.
What about, what do you think about Tank, people comparing Tank Davis to you? What do you think about that?
Tank is a great fighter.
Okay. You think he's a great fighter? But what do they think? What do you think about them comparing him to you? You're a legend, my friend.
Well, he'll be one too if he keeps fighting.
Gervonta Davis and Mike Tyson just sent shockwaves through the boxing world, with a jaw-dropping training session ahead of Davis's rematch with Lamont Roach. The viral clip showing Davis going toe-to-toe in intense drills with the legendary Iron. Mike is more than just a workout, it feels like a symbolic passing of the torch. Fans are calling it one of the most electrifying collaborations in combat sports history. Tyson's raw power and old-school grit paired seamlessly with Davis's speed, precision, and modern technique, creating an electric atmosphere that has the internet in a frenzy.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. He's the top dog. There's no doubt about it. He showed that. But Berrios, he's a pretty good fighter. Last time I saw him fight, he was pretty durable.
When asked about the comparisons between himself and Gervonta Davis, Mike Tyson responded with a laugh, saying their only real similarity might be their legal troubles. He quickly brushed off any deeper connections, emphasizing the clear differences in their fighting styles, careers, and personal lives. Still, despite Tyson's modest take, their intense training session told a different story, one of mutual respect and shared ferocity.
I think I do have more skills than Mike Tyson. Far as when I say I have more skills than Mike Tyson, guys smarter than at a lower weight class always have more skills. It's no heavyweight ever in life had more skills than smaller guys. So let's just take that out the picture. So when people think that I'm dissing Mike Tyson, I'm not dissing Mike Tyson for sure. It just facts is facts. You know what I mean? I do feel as though I have more skills than Mike Tyson. I just hold that puncher power just as like Mike Tyson did when he was fighting. So, and I'm gonna stand on my words.
Following the controversial draw against Lamont Roach, Gervonta Davis has been vocal about his desire for a rematch, frustrated by the outcome. Davis insists the first fight didn't reflect his true ability. He's determined to prove that he's still the dominant force in the lightweight division. For him, this isn't just about revenge, it's about restoring his image, silencing the critics, and reminding the world why he's one of the sport's most feared fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you could all please take your seats, we want to welcome on the WBA lightweight champion, Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Tank, we're going to bring you up to the podium as we welcome you into the media, and you can discuss the fight and give the media some thoughts.
I thank y'all for waiting and things like that. It was a good night for the sport. Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I can get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Okay, questions?
The rivalry between Lamont Roach and Gervonta Davis is more than just another fight. It's a defining chapter in both of their careers. Roach achieved what no other fighter had. He held Tank to a draw. That performance reshaped public perception, showing that Davis could be neutralized with the blueprint in hand. Roach returns to the ring more confident and better prepared, looking to seal the deal this time around.
Better. But they've known each other. These two have known each other for a while. Does Lamont Roach just understand a way to beat or frustrate Tank in a way that others don't? You know what I mean? Has he just found it, so to speak? I have a lot I want to find out after that, because the first fight was so controversial. I think leaving it up to a draw is fine, whatever, even though under the letter of the law, Tank probably should have lost this fight, and probably would have if they counted the knockdown when he took a knee. He blamed it on grease. I assume he won't on his hair. And it could get greasy. Like Amanda Serrano was like, "Yo, that's what fucking put me out of a fight in Puerto Rico." And then we were subjected to her beating the shit out of Stevie Morgan not that long later. So I think that's kind of what it is. But I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this because of the first fight. And I think you have to give Lamont Roach a real shot, even though I still would say Tank figures it out and gets it done and takes it more seriously this time.
Yeah, I think that because they're so familiar with each other, like these guys fought each other when they were kids. And then Lamont Roach comes into the ring and listen, regardless, like Lamont Roach came in there and he was confident. And I don't think a lot of people believe that he was going to be able to get it done against Tank. People thought that Tank was going to knock him out. Here's the thing though, Tank is actually super skilled. Like he doesn't throw a lot. When he does, he's extremely accurate, but he does have skill. And what he does is he reels in his fighters and he ends up landing big shots on them that end up knocking his opponent out.
Unlike most of Davis's bouts that ended knockouts, his fight with Roach went the distance. Exposing vulnerabilities in his game, Roach showcased world-class skill and endurance. Pushing Davis through all 12 rounds, the controversial draw sparked debates among fans and analysts, raising questions about whether Davis struggles against elite-level opponents. Now, the demand for a decisive rematch is louder than ever.
Yo, fight fans, did you catch that Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach bout? Talk about controversy. The judges called it a draw. But let's be real, a lot of people think Roach got robbed. Both fighters brought their A-game, showing off some serious skills in the ring. Roach was on fire, landing clean shots and outworking Tank in several rounds. But Tank had his moments too, showcasing that explosive power we all know. But Tank going on one knee or being wobbled didn't swing it toward Roach. I don't know about that, but either way, now everyone's buzzing about an upcoming rematch. I mean, who wouldn't want to see these two go at it again? What's your take? Did Roach deserve the W, or was the draw fair? Drop your thoughts below and let's break down this fight.
Lamont is signed and ready to go for the rematch, correct?
Yeah, we signed, sealed, and delivered.
Y'all, Tank plays so many head games, it's not even funny. Let me tell you something, bro. Lamont Roach has never been this big of a fighter before. Everyone knows Lamont Roach now. So he could be reaping the benefits of just enjoying his status of having that draw with Tank, while Tank is the one with the eye of the tiger. Tank is probably in the gym training his ass off and then sign the contract like, all right, we got to fight win. June, oh shit, let's hurry up and dash your ass. Sugar Ray Leonard did that to Roberto Duran. Duran was told that he had a fight in a couple weeks and he was like, dude, I'm 190 pounds in Panama, which is why Roberto Duran was out of shape in the No Mas fight and was like, no mas. So Tank could be over there working, sign the contract in 3 weeks, and all of a sudden Lamont Roach got to put a training camp together.
The controversy surrounding the first fight has only heightened anticipation for the rematch, making it one of the most highly awaited events in boxing. For Roach, this is more than just another fight, it's the opportunity of a lifetime. Win over Davis wouldn't just quiet any lingering doubts. It would cement his place among the sport's elite. Roach is training like a man possessed, speaking with purpose, and moving like someone who knows this could be his career-defining moment.
So the Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach rematch is being targeted for June 21st in Las Vegas. Now, it's good that they're running it back without wasting any time because Roach absolutely deserves a rematch. I mean, I thought he outboxed Tank the last time around. He came up a division as a gigantic 10-1 underdog, and he was the one on the front foot, landing his jab, the body shots, the combinations, throwing a lot more volume. I had it 7-5 Roach, and the no knockdown in round 9 was the reason it was a draw. If that knockdown was scored, that would have been a decision for Roach. But with all that being said, I do like Tank a lot more in the rematch. I thought he fought way too much on the back foot in the first fight, especially the first few rounds. He would land 1 or 2 punches per round. But as he started becoming the aggressor in the later rounds, he kept landing a lot more left hands and body shots. So Tank just needs to make this a dogfight, get into more exchanges, and that's where he'll land a lot more punches on Roach. When he's sitting on the back foot waiting for a counter, that's where Roach is comfortable and winning most of the rounds. So if Tank can fight the same way he did against Ryan Garcia, rounds 3 to 7, against Mario Barrios in the later rounds, or Frank Martin rounds 4 to 8, if he's the one on the front foot, then I do think he'll stop Roach in the rematch.
Lamont Roach definitely earned my respect tonight. Definitely one of the first fighters to put Tank to the test. Just matching fire with fire. That was a good fight. For me, I need to see a rematch ASAP. But yeah, Tank definitely took the knee 100%. I see Roach winning that 7-5 personally. But boxing is business, so they were never going to let him have that win. Roach's timing was on point though. No easy knockouts tonight. The sharp counters, like, real, very good fighter, very good fighter. Let me know what you guys think, if that robbery was fair or not. Leave it in the comment.
Meanwhile, Mike Tyson has openly praised Gervonta Davis's talent, saying that with continued focus and smart choices, Davis has what it takes to become a boxing legend. But Tyson didn't hold back from offering a warning, reminding Davis that greatness requires discipline both inside and outside the ring. His words felt more like mentorship, reflecting Tyson's belief in Davis's potential and the dangers that come with fame.
I don't really be trying. I like to hit the face.
What was Mike Tyson?
He was a brawler.
Brawl means more than one person. So he knocked people out real quick. You knock people out real quick.
Yeah, but I can knock you out like...
So you saying that you can knock him out faster than Mike Tyson, probably, if it was a challenge?
Mike Tyson got power and skills. I feel as though like I have like the whole package.
With a rematch set for August 2025 in Las Vegas, Gervonta Davis has officially entered training camp. The stakes couldn't be higher. Their previous fight, marred by a disputed non-knockdown in the 9th round, left fans and analysts divided. Now, Davis is focused on more than just winning. He's determined to erase any doubt. His training is dialed in on physical conditioning and tactical evolution. This time, he aims to leave no questions unanswered. Lightweight standout Devin Haney also shared his thoughts on the Roach-Davis draw. He admitted he had always respected Roach's skill and felt that Roach actually deserved the win. Haney's comments add to the ongoing debate and reflect the respect Roach commands among his fellow elite fighters.
On his fight against Lamont Roach, and what are your thoughts on the knockdown that wasn't called in round 9?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good fight overall. Lamont, I always knew Lamont was, he wasn't coming to lay down. I've been knowing Lamont since we was kids, so we came up in amateurs together. So I knew Lamont was serious. He was coming in there to fight, but he did a lot better than I thought he would, and I thought he won the fight personally. Yeah, the no knockdown, that was like unheard of. It was the first time I've ever seen it with my own 2 eyes, and yeah.
Yeah, you were, you made some comments. I wanted to see the backflip, and I'm surprised Tank didn't say nothing back to you about that.
Hey, I was just speaking my opinion on it.
Shocker Stevenson joined the conversation as well, calling Roach a hell of a fighter and warning that Tank must raise his game this time around. According to Stevenson, Roach's danger lies not just in his physical tools, but in his timing, defense, and unwavering heart. This fight, he said, will be a war with everything on the line. Both fighters are ready to go all in and neither can afford to fall short.
I think
they announced it today?
So what do you think, considering you were one of the handful of people to pick Lamont Roach, giving him a tough fight? What do you
think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a hell of a fighter. I can see that going left. So he better be on his A game.
Did you think Lamont won the first fight? 154 and fight.
Y'all asked 2 questions at the same time. I ain't hear shit y'all do that.
Do you really want to move up to 154 after this fight, a kind of thing?
Yo, I kind of said 154. I probably was stretching it. I'm stretching 154, but I'll fight him at 147. 147 me and Conor could get it in.
Shakur, Johnny Boy Boxing and Fight Hate. If you beat Zepeda, do you feel that that's the toughest test of your career? And they'll give you the credit if you win?
No. Who knows? It's a never-ending process, I think I stopped looking for credit because at the end of the day, once you get the credit, something else happened, they gonna move on anyway. So the credit really doesn't matter. It just matter how I feel, what I feel after the fight. After I go fight with him, if I perform at the highest level of my expectations, I'm cool with that.
Lamont Roach Sr., father and trainer of Lamont Roach, revealed that even Tank Davis initially acknowledged Roach's skill. According to him, the hesitation to take the fight wasn't out of fear, it was caution. Davis reportedly understood that Roach had the tools to make the fight difficult. Despite that, boxing politics took over, and the fight moved forward as promoters, managers, and networks saw its potential.
Just being around each other, sharing a ring with each other, fighting each other, fighting some of the same competition over the years, witnessing each other in camp. So knowing the coaches, they knowing us, it's both ways. It ain't just our way, coming from both sides. So, but no, was I shocked? No. I think Tank tried to tell y'all. Calvin tried to tell y'all, Burry tried to tell y'all, but they didn't want to hear it. They just so stuck on trying to force Tank to fight who they want him to fight. And it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So it just was made for a great fight. So people need to just sit back and get ready for part 2.
It's gonna be epic, man. I can't wait for part 2, man. Do you got anything to say to the fans, about part 2, about anything that you got going on coming up, social media, anything?
No, I just say get ready, man. Put your seatbelts on, and when that thing happen, man, make sure y'all support. Come to the fight, buy the fight. And be the biggest fan, cheering whoever you're cheering for, no matter. But you're gonna see another great performance by the Reaper, man. The Reaper ain't playing. He got a big bag, like you said, big 2 bag.
What do you think the difference would be, though?
You gonna see the difference. I believe we want to fight. Nobody can tell us different. The majority of the world believe we want to fight. So you're gonna see. Both of them gonna raise their level. Both of them. So yeah, they're gonna make for a greater fight. But
no way, neither of them are gonna knock each other out. It's gonna go the distance.
It's boxing, man. I ain't got no crystal ball in front of me. So we just gonna.
Many fans have drawn parallels between Davis and Mike Tyson, pointing to their knockout power and troubled past, but Tyson has downplayed those comparisons, insisting that similarities in personal lives don't define a boxer. In Tyson's eyes, style, mentality, and legacy inside the ring matter more. Some have even likened Davis versus Roach to Tyson versus Holyfield, where a powerful favorite meets a gritty underdog with elite skills and nothing to lose.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So many people are predicting that history is repeating itself. History is repeating itself, right? We had a similar situation where we had 2 guys face off against one another. One guy was a massive favorite, had taken a loss, and was seen to be too small, right? And I'm talking about Evander Holyfield versus Iron Mike Tyson. Iron Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield was a major fight. But Iron Mike Tyson was viewed as a destroyer, okay? He was the baddest man on the planet. He was indestructible. The fact that he lost to James Buster Douglas was an anomaly because Mike Tyson wasn't focused and he overlooked.
Despite their shared training moment, Gervonta Davis hasn't held back in criticizing Tyson's recent choices. Davis publicly expressed disappointment in Tyson's decision to fight social media figures like Jake Paul, saying it risks tarnishing his legendary legacy. For Davis, boxing icons should protect the integrity of the sport, not turn it into spectacle. His words reflect a deep respect for boxing's heritage and a desire to preserve the value of real competition.
Following the Tyson fight, tell us, exactly why it's found on that.
Cause why would he even want to fight him? And who told Mike Tyson to fight anyway?
Do you think that it might have tarnished Mike's
Yeah.
legacy in a way?
Yeah, they did. They definitely did.